What's up, guys? Iceman here. Welcome, exiles, to the Research Institution. So it's here. Wild Hunt. Or Path of the Hunt, or Witch Hunt, or Witch Wild. How do you say it? Witch Wild Hunt. The next level of Path of Exile 2 is upon us. What the fuck is it? Can someone let me know in the comments how do you say it? Wild Witch Hunt or some shit. I don't know. I can't remember. But I live streamed it twice now. My character's level 10 or so. And there's been a lot of guys talking shit. Alright? Saying, oh, the combat's too slow. Oh, the javelin skills suck big you know what. Oh, the Huntress gets the shit kicked out of her, and so forth. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, are you guys enjoying this new thing so far? We don't really call this a season, do we? I mean, this has been a reset. I go to my stash, all my shit's gone. You got to make a new character if you want to do the wild hunt thing, or what the fuck they call it. And the reason why I was initially intrigued is because the Huntress is reminiscent of the Diablo 2 Amazon. I'm sure most of you guys probably know that. And of course, with Diablo 2 Resurrected, they fumbled the ball with the Amazon. It's a guy now. Look at it. You zoom in, they got a nice chiseled chin, they garbed her all up. I mean, it's a guy. Now, that's not the entirety of the issue. I mean, granted, Diablo 2 is pretty fucking dated, right? And they've changed next to nothing in Diablo 2 Resurrected. We still can't stack runes or gems or anything, which is complete bullshit. But I mean, the game's pretty dated, you know? So I was like, oh, this is the next evolution of the Amazon. And to an extent, that's true. And of course, with the pre-release footage of the Huntress, you could see her hurling and it is in fact a chick. You can see her hurling shit at the enemies, and it's splitting like lightning fury in Diablo 2, which is what I really liked. And of course, there's all sorts of other skills. You make a little whirlwind around you, and then you can jump out of it, and it explodes, and it does damage to enemies. Or you can make a little whirlwind around you, and you shoot a twister through it, like a druid. And then it multiplies the twisters. The bigger the whirlwind is, you can do it. Make 3 little whirlwinds, boom, 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 and then shoot twister, and it shoots a bunch of twisters and shit. You can augment the ground with ice and do the same damn thing, do the whirlwind thing and shoot the twister, and then all of a sudden they're ice twisters and they cover the whole fucking screen somehow. But if you have the right skill and gear allocation. But I mean, I'm not really looking to be a druid here. You know, the combat is really like, what is it? Where you're at, like geographical. It's really tile-based and shit. You know, you got to roll in, roll out, make the twister, shoot the twisters from where you made the twister. It's not as like what it was in Diablo 2 with the javelin. You could pretty much just go anywhere on the screen, hurl a javelin, and wipe out the whole fucking screen. Well, that being said, I've been having a pretty good time. And I intend to live stream it more. And it's kind of slow. I can see where you guys are coming with that. Like, it takes forever to throw the javelin. Whoom. Whoom, right? Like for the lightning fury. But of course, this is the beginning, so you got to work on getting your attack speed up. I don't know how viable the lightning thing is on game. I know nobody's using it. I'm the only fucking one using it. The lightning fury skill, or lightning javelin, I think is what they call it. But I want to play the play style that I want to play. You know, again, I wanted to try something that's like the Diablo 2 Amazon. And if that means it's not going to be endgame viable, then I don't give a fuck, right? I just want to have a good time and throw the javelin and watch it split and kill all the enemies around me and continue doing that. And maybe implement a couple other things. You can stab the ground with your spear and it shoots a bunch of spikes up, and there's that rend thing, or what do they call it? The thing where you slice them all and they do bleed damage all around you, and some synergies you can find with that. I just started using that. Pretty cool skill. Basically, I roll into the enemies, I do the little slice thing where you make them bleed, I roll out, and then I'll start throwing lightning javelins. Now, that's not really effective against really strong enemies, but I've been making do. But yeah, the playstyle, I mean, they're focusing on, some say the javelins suck, and the only real viable build is the little whirlwind thing with the twisters everywhere. Then you just feel like a druid, right? And I'm not really looking to play the druid. I mean, strangely enough, the druid is coming to PoE 2 next, and I don't know when that's going to be, probably within the next couple of months, I would guess. So why is the most viable Huntress build the one that shoots fucking twisters, you know? Like, that's what droids do. I mean, this is bullshit. So what they need to do, I think, is allocate its power more toward the javelin shit, you know? Make the javelins better, and I'm sure they're going to do that. Make lightning javelin more viable. I'm pretty sure you can pierce with it, and not just pierce the enemy resists, but pierce through the enemies, and maybe it can duplicate its damage again and shoot more bolts. That's what you do in Diablo 2. And that was awesome. And that's kind of what I was hoping for with this. Maybe they can somehow augment it to where it's a little bit more single target viable. Like if there's no enemies around, it brings a lightning bolt out of the sky and it comes down and it like doubles or triples the damage against single targets. I think that would be pretty cool. Or just give it a new lightning skill entirely is what they need to do. Some lightning spear skill where it causes a big ass bolt to come out of the sky and kill the enemy with maybe a little bit of a nova around their little radius damage as well. I don't know, but something like that. But what do you guys think about it so far? The Huntress, I mean, like I said, it's a chick, you know? They did okay with that, but I think they kind of dropped the ball. She's a bit too masculine. She's a bit too rigid on the face, a bit too husky, you know? And I was commenting on this in my live stream, and one of you guys said, oh, Iceman, they should have made the Red Sonja inspired Huntress. And then I looked up this Red Sonja, right? Some chick from, I don't know if it's video game or comic books or something. But that would have been perfecto if they would have done something like that, you know, something visually appealing, you know, instead of just another husky broad, you know, and I would rate them, the witch is the most visually appealing next to the sorceress, the second visually appealing character, and I would rate the Huntress as the third, unfortunately. And I mean, you'd think that they would do a better job because, again, it's reminiscent of the Diablo 2 Amazon. You'd think they'd make her hot, you know? But she's just really some volleyball playing broad who doesn't keep herself very well. But nonetheless, at least they didn't do what D2R did. And yeah, we know how that story goes. But the gameplay, they say, is kind of slow. Now, here's the thing. PoE is really depth-driven, right? The passive tree, there's like hundreds and hundreds of nodes. I mean, I don't know if there's thousands. There might be thousands of fucking nodes here. So it's very, very in-depth, right? And the bottom is pretty much how far you're willing to go. Like, you can just keep going down into the nitty-gritty. More passives, more synergies, more bullshit, more ascendancies, all this shit. Whereas Diablo 2, it's more of a grab and go kind of game, and a lot of us who've been playing that since release, we have it all figured out, you know? So the fun part is kind of quickly just getting to the top and then just screwing around up at the top and seeing what sort of build varieties you can mess with and how optimal you can be against this enemy or this enemy and this and that. So these are kind of two different games here, and of course they're focusing on the roll, the dodge, taking it to be a sort of Dark Souls hybrid or Elden Ring hybrid, which I know a lot of folks complain about, but we still have PoE 1 to play. I didn't play much of PoE 1. I got a character to level 46, 47 once or twice, and then I just stopped. But PoE 1 is more of just the, I think, one-click wonder game. And this, they're trying to do something different. You know, this is a different game. And yeah, we're not just running around popping the screen with one click, you know? This is, they're trying to do something different here, and I don't know if this recent patch has slowed that down a little bit, or if the primary complaint is just the fact that the Huntress herself is a little slower at combat. I don't really know, but where I'm at with it all is I like the Witch, so I'm going to mess with the Huntress just a little bit more. Then I'm going to go back to the Witch. I like having all the summons. She is the most visually appealing, but having all the summons do your work. You don't have to do that much. I just kind of like that sort of play style. Now that I'm not just a little duck-billed platypus anymore, not a little younglet anymore. When I was a little younglet playing Diablo 2, I just love the characters that were so involved in the combat. Just click, 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 boom, 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 boom. Just do this, dodge, and roll around and shit and do all this shit, which is kind of like what the Huntress is. You cast little whirlwinds. You roll out of it, it pops. You cast more. You shoot the tornadoes through it. You roll out of it, they pop. You make them all bleed. You roll out of it. You throw your javelins. You know, it's really involved combat. But I kind of want to go back to the Witch, where you can just sit back and chill and let your archers kill everything and maybe find some gear. But I would say these games are how we make it. You know, the experience is how we make it. And looking at it from afar, this game, I mean, it's so in-depth and shit. And there's so many things. Like, I found this pair of unique boots, right? I don't even know what the hell they were. And just how euphoric that is to find a new unique item you never heard of. So it all has to do, I think, with the discipline of our mentality, right? Are we watching all the videos of all these guys and gals playing this game? And are we spoiling all this shit? And are we looking up all the items? Are we just rushing to the end game, copy pasting builds and just trying to replicate what we see? Because if we do that, I think it really takes away from it. Or are we just venturing into this solo as a spiritual journey, kind of with an open mind and without spoiling everything for ourselves, you know? Where if you take that route, which is really hard to do today with our cell phones and all this shit that's on YouTube, just the oversaturation of content, all the endgame shit, and the envy of others is a big player here as well, I think. That's why we want to copy paste the builds. We want to not look like we don't know what we're doing. You know what I mean? So I think that if you get past that shit, and if you can kind of just approach this game like a child or something who doesn't have the fucking internet, I think that with that, this game is pretty awesome, right? And I intend to stream it a bit more, make more videos on it. I'm most excited, really, to just make a new Witch. I mean, that's what I would do in Diablo 2, is once I'd get really far with the Amazon or something, you know, just killing, wiping out the whole damn screen. There's something about starting over with nothing in your stash, just kind of venturing out there again with nothing but a little club in hand or whatever. Just the whole world's ahead of you, you know? Then, like, everything's an upgrade that you find. And the experience is a little different every time, because you don't know what unique you're going to find. You don't know what items you're going to find to help augment maybe, you know, rares and magics as well. Like, I found a nice javelin that I kept augmenting, enhancing the magic capabilities, turned it into a rare, added another rare effect, and it has one to javelin and spear skills, or whatever the hell they call it in PoE. And I also found an offhand for a Witch that has one to minion skills. It's a rare, so I could try to augment that. Maybe I'll pop that thing with another minion skills if that's even possible, or just something that's at least useful for the Witch. Let me know if that's possible. Can you augment a rare item that innately rolled with one to minion skills? Can you augment that and potentially get a +2 to minion skills on there in total? Because I really don't know. Again, I haven't been looking into all this shit, but that's part of the fun, I think, is kind of going into it blind almost, you know? And I would recommend you guys try that if you haven't yet. Just kind of ease up from the, well, we can't wipe out the whole damn screen in one click. I want to get to the end game as soon as possible. Just take it as it is, man. Act 1. I mean, I love Act 1. It's a damn good time. Act 2, it's going to be I've only beat this game once with the Witch when it was released. And once I got the cruel mode, I just didn't really feel like pursuing it anymore. So I just screwed around in Act 1 a little bit, and then I made another character. But it's part of the fun, man. I mean, I think it's all in what we make it, but what do you guys think? Where are we at with this game? You know, what needs to be improved upon? Is there anything you change? And are you enjoying the Witch Wild expansion? Or what the hell do they call this again? Wild Hunt? What the fuck they call it? Are you enjoying this expansion, the Witch Wild Hunt bullshit thing? And have you made a Huntress? What changes do you think they should make? Again, I think they should make the javelin throwing skills more viable. Make another one. Make a better single target throwing javelin skill, you know? And I don't really feel like blocking shit and all that. I don't know if people are doing that. Gotta do a little parry thing. I mean, I just don't know if this is like the top tier kind of game that I like, but it's cool what they're doing with it in a way where it's kind of a hybrid of many things. I'm looking forward to trying that Oblivion remake, the Elder Scrolls Oblivion remake. I never really played through that. And I did play a lot of Skyrim. But this is interesting because it's the isometric view, a camera above, you know, a little hack and slash sort of game. But they're implementing combat mechanics, right? They're incentivizing you to have a strategy in your combat, and they're adding the roll. So, I mean, it's a lot more, it forces you to engage in the combat, which is kind of unlike these games that we're used to, like maybe Path of Exile 1, I don't know, I haven't played too much of that, but Diablo 2, Diablo 1, it was more just like a numbers crunch and getting to the nitty gritty, whereas this is a hybrid. But on one hand, again, I can kind of enjoy that, so I'm going to live stream this a few more times, and I'll let you guys know where I'm at in the videos, but yeah, I'm going to try the Huntress a little bit more, and then probably make a witch, so I look forward to that, and maybe I'll play through the whole game again. But if you guys will like the video, let me know where you're at in this game. What changes do you think should be made? Are you happy with it so far? Should they revert any of the changes that they've made? Did they screw anything up big time? Let me know in the comments. Like this video, subscribe to the page. No sponsors here, so I'm not kissing the ass of any of these global corporations, these big conglomerates. I'm not trying to get you to play some cell phone game or some shit. My only sponsors here are you guys, so if you want to be a patron, click the link in the description below or become a YouTube channel member as well. Appreciate your support, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace be with you.